Good afternoon. I was going to talk about tarot this evening, but I had a very interesting thing happen to me over the last 24 hours that I thought that I would share with you. Yesterday evening, later on in the day, because yesterday was quite a big day with regards to teaching, and I had some new students and the energy in the room got quite big. Anyway, so when I came to sleep last night, I just felt this energy settle around my neck and shoulders, and I didn't really pay enough attention to it. I was very tired and I went to bed. And when I woke up this morning, I had really great difficulty in moving my head in any direction. It was just stuck. You can see now that I don't have all my movement. That side, I still don't have all of my movement yet. But I certainly have up and down, and there's no discomfort there until I really extend myself. Anyway, so what happened, probably this morning at about 11 o'clock, it was obvious that this, even after meditation, that whatever it was not going to move by itself, that I needed to bring something to it. Now, you may or may not know that I do dowsing, with the pendulum, and I use the dowsing in conjunction with what I call a technical plate. I use my technical plate. I've made this for myself. It has a that was upside down. It has a receiving. I put my witness or my hair sample. I put my hair sample over here on the copper, and then I put I feel down here and gauge the pendulum outcome, and then I put Sanjeevini cards on there and little pilules according to the dowsing and what the transmitter tells me to do. Anyway, so I did that. In conjunction with that, what I like to do to relieve the tension is I have these wonderful tuning forks. And I use my tuning forks over the top of acupuncture points. So I use sound to clear the meridians. So, when you can't hear it now. Beautiful. So, yes, I use sounds to clear the meridians. So I did that around my shoulders and neck. And I had the pilules on there, which were being charged by the Sanjeevini remedies, the plates that I use. And the idea with this, the most active thing that I do is the tuning forks. Everything else is I put it there and I allow energy. Once I've worked out everything and it's transmitting beautifully and everything seems balanced, I leave my transmitter, I leave that to do its own thing. And then I did the flying star up here, acupuncture points, and I did the shoulders, I did behind the neck there, and just around the back. And I used different sounds to do that. Probably took me about 15 minutes. It's hard to know. Anyway, so I did that, and then I went about my business, and at about 5:30, yeah, would have been 5:30, the energy congealed in my throat. Felt like I had this big rock in my throat. Sort of interesting. It was quite painful, very uncomfortable. And my mother, on the other side, said to me, have a small drink of milk. So I had a small drink of milk, skim milk. And the energy seemed to be moving downwards. When it got to about the solar plexus, it was hugely painful. Enough that I had to bend over a table and breathe very consciously. And I was I knew that it was the energy working out, so I was not frantic about it, but it was a difficult time. Excuse me. Anyway, so that was happening. And then it moved down to the hara. And I had to really breathe to dissipate the energy, really concentrate on moving the energy out. And that took a little bit of time, not much. And my mother said, eat some yogurt. So I make my own yogurt, so I had plenty of that. So I ate about half a cup of yogurt. And it kind of quietened the system down, because this energy was really disturbing the system. So I had the yogurt, and I just walked around and breathed, and when it started to dissipate, move over the table so that I could put my elbows on the table and breathe properly. And when it had gone, because it just moved, the energy just dissipated outwards. And it seems to be lifted and gone. I can't feel anything anywhere at the moment. I'm not aware of it settling down anywhere. It all seems to be gone. Everything seems to be settled down. I've got some toxins to get rid of. That's true. It would be good if I had a sauna. So I'll have a bath, an Epsom salts bath. And I think that by tomorrow morning, my stiffness will be a thing of the past. But I'm just showing you how I approach illness in my body. Other people do it different ways. Other people rush off to the doctor or ring for an ambulance or whatever they do, and that's fine. But I use Dowsing, and I use this little machine that I have concocted myself. It's not all my own work. I have certainly borrowed from people who've been doing this for a long time, but the way that I use it is certainly very much my own. And how I put it together is my own. A lot of people join it up with wires and make it into a box and have batteries and all this kind of thing. But I think that our energy is enough, and we don't need man's inventions to help the energy along. We just need a system so that we can organize our thoughts and work within our human capacity to lift the energy off. I'm not sure it will work every time, but it's certainly worked this time, as you can tell. So, gradually the movement is coming back, and whatever it was and whatever it did is going. It was really an uncomfortable experience. I thought that I had perhaps pulled it, but I wasn't aware of any time that I had done that, and nothing has changed in my sleeping arrangements. I have a futon, and so I can only imagine that something energetically occurred that I was not aware of at the time. But I'm aware of it now, and I'm working to dissipate the energy, and that'll be good. So if any of you want to know how to do this, I certainly am quite willing to show you how to do this. And if enough of you ask me, then we might put, these are quite heavy because I put mine between wooden sheets, but you could do it, I suppose, between card, which would mean it would be very easy to post out to you should you want one. They do take some time to concoct, and you need to know how to use them. They don't use themselves. With regards to the tuning forks, they come all different prices. You can pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars for a beautiful set like this one. But if any of you know me, you know that I will not pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars for something that I can't get somewhere else for a whole lot less than that. So anyway, if you are interested in learning more about dowsing and more about radiesthesia and more about Sanjeevini remedies, which I kind of combine and put together beautifully, then let me know, and we'll do something extraordinary perhaps one weekend. I know that I've got a couple of people who want to learn it. Or would like some more. I don't think it's something that I can do solely by distance, but maybe we could do it, part here and part by distance. I don't know. I haven't really thought about it, but I'm sure that once people see that they can do it for themselves, they'll want to do it for themselves. And you can do it for your clients, of course. It works. As I told you with mine, it's not without discomfort, but it works, and it dissipates energy and changes things, and that's what we want, I think. Namaste. My magic machine. My magic carpet.